one. Shit's hit the fan, we're overrun. Sending boys in the trucks with the 50 cals. Tell every swinging dick bring extra rounds. Hang in now, boys, we're on our way. Don't send them all to heaven before we get a taste. Whoa, cry havoc, let's slip the doors away. What you gonna do?
And happy Sunday to you folks. Welcome to the Double S Podcast. Sunday night, here we are, HMG Network. Heroes Media Group. How the heck is everybody? Man, it has been a busy weekend. Tonight's show, we're going to wing it. All right, we are winging it. We have no special guest here tonight, so it's going to be a short show. We're going to go over and recap the weekend we just had with the PBKS, and we're going to take a look ahead, man. We're going to look ahead to a couple things as far as this summer, what we're going to be doing, some cool events we have, and of course the next PBKS event is right around the corner here, so we're going to be talking about that. Hope you liked the slightly altered and a little bit new intro here that we had. Still got Sal G. I'll tell you what, Sal Gonzalez, go check out on your favorite music platform. Go look at his self-titled album. Download that. There are some awesome songs on his brand new album that he has out called Sal Gonzalez. Go check that out there. I was listening to a few of them on the drive home. And I got to tell you, man, you will not be disappointed. Sal, he does our, obviously, is the intro here, United States Marine combat veteran. Sal does a ton for many other people around, and he is an amazing artist. So, Brother Sal, we love you, dog, and thank you so much for all you've done for us. And, yeah, the album is out through the roof, man, off the chain. It's a fantastic album. Sal Gonzalez, look him up. You'll absolutely love the new album that he has out there. Dude, I'm a little tired. I'm not gonna lie. It's been this was a heck of a deal here at the PBKS event. I'll tell you what, I am super thankful and eternally grateful to every participant that showed up with us here, because man, they really chipped in and helped me out quite a bit. There was quite a bit of work that goes into this stuff from behind the scenes, trying to organize everything and make sure everything is where it needs to be and people are getting done what they need to get done. And then somewhere in the mix, you got to take care of yourself to boot. And so, yeah, it was quite the challenge to make sure we were eating right and trying to get some sleep here and there where we could. Ended up sleeping in literally the seat of our pickup for this weekend. Just our truck was so packed with so many things that we couldn't set the stuff out because there were thunderstorms coming through, man. There was we got rained on quite a bit. Quite the lightning show on Friday night all the way to Saturday morning. It delayed the start of our little get together there. And speaking of the get together, I just want to say, leading up to this, Tim and Tony, thank you guys, man. I can't wait to break bread with you, sit around, do some fishing, and chop up, tell some fish stories together. I can't wait for a chance to meet you guys directly, because they were so integral in the beginning stages to help us get the word out. And it got us in contact with an individual there when we went on their podcast of On the Line of Fishing podcast. We went on there, and one of their viewers hit up Tony and Tim behind the scenes and said, "Hey, I want to throw in $250 to this, and then I'm going to match another $250." He believes in the mission that much and loved the stories that we were talking about there. And you know who you are, brother. Thank you, man. I love you. Appreciate you kicking in with us here, and really getting behind us, dude. Because we're gonna put together here in the next day or two, once everything clears and goes through. We're gonna put together a little spreadsheet here. We want to show everybody, as this is something that the True Patriot Outfitters has believed in, and the PBKS is a part of the TPO, and that is full transparency. So we're going to show folks exactly what it cost for us to get there, bring the kayaks, bring some folks out there, feed everybody, stay there. And then I'll show you what we brought in donations from this trip here. And I'm almost positive that I'm 98% sure that our cost will be covered for this event thanks to these folks. And then we'll have some left over that we're going to apply to the next event that we can use towards those. Another in this, by the way, I want to give a shout out to Andy. I have no words, dude. Thank you so much for your generosity and just in paying it forward. You've always been a supporter of the TPO, and Andy Moore chipped in to help that match come true immediately. And it was huge, man. It's the impact every dollar when you donate, folks, to a small nonprofit that you can see and know and trust in, you know where those monies are going, and you can see the impact it gives. $50 might not be a big deal to, say, the United Way. How much of that 50 actually makes it to the cause, I don't know. But with us right now, every penny goes to the cause because our cost to stay operational. We have our QuickBooks, we have our CPA, we have these things, and that absolutely is mission critical. For somebody to try to take and say that that's not programs or that's not operational, you're a goofball. You need to stay in your lane if that's the thought on it, because it absolutely, you have to have a business. You have to have, your keep things in a transparent and legal sense. And if you don't have professionals doing that, man, you're gambling with the IRS. And I don't know about you, but that's not something I'm interested in doing. So yeah, man, every bit of those donations go to keeping this little deal set up here. No one's taking a salary right now. Eventually we want to have one person, possibly two people that could, we have enough funding to be able to, hire two people to run this organization, to do it. That's the goal, that we've set forward, and we're going to stick true to that because it needs to go on well beyond what my old body can accomplish here. We want to make sure that this mission keeps moving forward. Speaking of mission, let's go right to it, man. So PBKS, we get there. Small group this time, I'll say. Donations big, group small. Very, very odd that you see things like that. But awesome either way. But a small group, but what a cool group. There were 2 civilians in the group, Matt and me. The rest, we had all veterans hanging out here. And just from different eras, from different walks of life, it was cool to see the stories getting shared there. And what was also cool about this is we had one of the vets brought his son out there who was the benefactor of some cool Eagle Claw stuff that we were able to hook him up with. A fantastic book from Wright and McGill. Eric, if you're watching this, we're getting the younger generation. He was this young man is a big reader, and he was very excited to get that book. And then we loaded that young man up with some hooks and terminal tackle that he was going to need for one of the techniques that he enjoyed fishing. We took him over to the truck and dug in our big stash that we keep over there, and loaded him up with a few things there. So super cool there. And then we had an active duty individual show up with his beautiful young family. Super cool. And that was it was just so cool to see all the all the different variations all coming together and just sharing the stories. Fishing, not for nothing, dude, it was a little tough. The fishing that we're going for, brother Jason, all is very well. Yes, brother Jason, it is very well. I'm just a little tired. That might be the biggest thing. A little ready to kind of take a day and rewind and recoup, reorganize. We've got a field ops event on Tuesday that we're going to be back out at Stanley Lake. So I got tomorrow to get some administrative stuff all caught up. And I know a few of you were reaching out to me this weekend, and I apologize for not being able to get right back to you, or to take a call or to respond to a text or other stuff there, but just very busy. literally from the sun up to sundown. There really wasn't a whole lot of time to breathe in there. For one person to try to keep the organization going. As I said, if the participants weren't there, I'd have been dead, man. Those guys, they were chipping in, helping the people that were, everybody that was there, all the group. It was fantastic. They really helped make this go easy and nice and smooth. So good stuff. The fishing. It was a little tough, not for nothing. But I can tell you, Milford is a beautiful lake, beautiful area. And we had a chance to kind of go around and see everything, right? We're just going to shoot straight out of this. So Acorn Resort, beautiful resort, cool amenities, the Cove, great bar. Allie, the manager down there that was helping us with some information. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Pretty good food down there, reasonably priced, right there at the resort, and the campground is right there. Beautiful campgrounds, all cement padded, so well groomed, gorgeous area. A little pricey. Probably one of the most expensive camping options that's around there. And the only reason that we went there is because when we spoke to the state park folks, when we first went around scoping the place. By the time we settled in, Farnham Creek was going to be the deal. So we went through the process there, and we thought right there, can't get any easier than Acorn Resort, right? I mean, that's right around the corner there at Farnham. And we were going to plan just to be in there. So I talked to, state parks about this, went through the whole thing. Lo and behold, Friday morning when I go over there, I was going to launch by myself and, just do a little putzing around, try to get some fishing in. There wasn't even like a parking spot available because the Bassmaster Youth State Championship was going on this very same weekend. And guess which ramp they were launching from? Yup, Farnham Creek, which isn't even a state park creek or a launch. It's Army Corps. So, needless to say, we had to make a little swap, right? We had to do a little change up there on the fly because that was going to just be a madhouse Saturday morning, day 2 of the championship. So we went scoping around, and in that time, I've had a chance to speak with all the major players around there. And I'll tell you straightforward, the Army Corps of Engineer group and the Rangers and the people down there, I absolutely love that crew, man. You want to talk about a group of folks that is there to serve and there to help. The generosity, the forthcoming, the friendship they extended to us. I wish we would have been able to accept more of their offers of what they offered for us. We had already kind of locked in, obviously, with our campgrounds. But the next time we go there, look at these parks, West Rolling and East Rolling Hills. These campgrounds and these parks down here by the Army Corps are stunning. I mean, it is beautiful, well-maintained, clean, just a gorgeous area. And it's all on the southern end of the lake down there, which offers multiple ramps that you can launch from down there, especially from the kayak side. And just great access to the water. And so we're looking forward to the future because we're going to reach out again. We're going to see if we can't get a good collaboration going between the Army Corps and the TPO here, because this is the second time now. Conchas Lake down in New Mexico, that group down there expressed the interest to work with us as well. So I think there might be something here, and we're gonna follow that up and see if we can't start doing some good collaborating together. Because I'll tell you, folks. The Army Corps of Engineers has been hit by the federal budget cuts, and my personal opinion, they shouldn't have been, but they have been. And now down there, even at Milford, you have 2 rangers, 2 full-time rangers that are trying to cover like 40,000 acres. That's crazy, So these guys are up against the wall there of what they're trying to get accomplished. So yeah, if there's anything we can do to help them. As far as boosting, people's awareness about them, to make sure they get the resources they need, because they are every bit, and maybe a little bit more important, in my opinion, than the state park aspect is. Just my opinion on it. Just because I know, I trust a little bit more where the monies are going and how they're being dealt with there. And the Corps engineers is working against, quite a bit of stuff. So, at any rate, fantastic area, beautiful lake, Army Corps. Love you guys. Can't wait to work with you in the future. We're definitely going to be looking at exploring that further. But we made the swap up and we launched from West Rolling Hills Ramp. Looking at wind, looking at the way things were going to go, because not for nothing, Saturday was going to have thunderstorms early. And boy, did we, all the way up to like 5:30, 6 o'clock, 6:30 range. The lightning was dancing, man. It was pretty serious. The winds 10 to 20, right? 20 mile per hour gust range. The winds were getting pretty spicy out there. Normally, not the ideal thing to take new folks to kayak fishing out in. You want to try to keep it a little bit more calm, but because of where we launched, it was breezy, it was windy, but we were able to navigate safely and get out there and do some fishing. But that post front funk, I think, that kicked on, along with not just the Bassmaster tournament, there were a couple crappie tournaments going on and a catfish tournament. So there were like 3-4 tournaments all going off within, the 3-day range, along with really serious thunderstorms that were coming through there. Friday night hit, and then all the way into the morning to like 6:30 or so, 6:30, and then Saturday night they rolled back in again, and stayed going all the way through into Sunday morning today. And yeah, they were pretty serious. It was quite the electric show that I was watching out the windshield of my pickup as I was sleeping. But I think that might have put things, a lot of pressure, like I said, and then the fronts moving around. But we still caught fish. Matt, he tore them up pretty well. We kind of opted to go, and we made white and black bass both good, and then we started playing bass poker. Marty, hats off to you, man, for showing me that game. And yeah, we lined up some cards. We got people ready to go and did some bass poker. Basically, 8-inch fish and above. So an 8-inch is a 2-card. Anything in the 8-inch range is a 2-card. Anything in the 9-inch range is a 3-card. So on and so forth. All the way to 20+ inch is an ace. So yeah, that was. And at the end of the day, you stick them all in your live well and tourney X. End of the day, make up your best poker hand, submit that up, and bang, that's how we figure out our winner there. So Matt won it by the end of it. He got there. Jaron was right behind him with a close second, and pretty awesome there. And yeah, the species of fish, all kinds of species of fish were brought in, from drum to crappie, smallies, largies, catfish, you name it, man. It was the stripers, were hit. It was all around the board. So pretty cool deal. And yeah, man, we had food Friday night. We did some brats, hot dogs, hung out, chopped it up. Then Saturday we did the awards, handed out some stuff. The Kistler rod and reel, Mr. Tony Glidewell hooked that up. He drew that ticket there. He got himself a new chromium. I'm going to share some pictures here with you. We'll kind of go through some of that and show you. Might as well, let's go ahead and do that now here. Let's go see, share screen. How about a window? Yeah, we'll do that. Share. And we'll bam. Here we go. Let me take down the background a little bit. There we go. Might be able to see it a little better. Maybe we can full screen it. Nope. Someone messed around with my layouts here. There we go. So that's Tony. He got that Kistler chromium rod and reel tray. Kistler, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, dude. I need to chat with you because we got a few more events coming up. Would love to keep spreading the word of Kistler rods. I know I am absolutely ecstatic about the ones I'm using. Extremely impressed with them. So this was a fantastic deal to give to Tony there. Highly accepted and appreciated there. U.S. vet there, and he and his son came down to join us. This is a look from Acorn Resort. You see the little Bassmaster trailer there. That was the day before they were going to have the deal. This is looking out at Farnham Creek. That's kind of where we thought we were going to be going because it's going to be pretty protected in there. Got some of the brats and dogs. Everybody kind of sitting around at camp there, chopping it up. Again, so cool to see all these folks that had never met before, getting them all together and just sharing sharing the time there and enjoying our time around camp. This is the young family, 2 little girls here, the active duty, and mom out there with, she's got a third little one on the way, and mom's out there as the girls are picking dandelions out there in the field. They were very entertaining, super, super cute. And yeah, we're going to do a post about this. But so a little bit while back, Shields Johnstown gave us, for support for this season, they gave us a $500 gift card. So what we did with it, with $500, is we went and got a bunch of baits that we are going to be used, that we give away to each and use at each one of these events where we take folks out. And we secured this little Camp Blackstone here. It was a great price on this thing, like $189 over at Shields. Fantastic deal. So we got this and a couple utensils to go with it. So that way we can actually cook. And even when there's a fire ban, this is a propane little grill, so we're completely good. We can cook on this thing, and that's what we were able to do for this event. Otherwise, we'd have been a little bit tricky. We needed something that was pretty mobile there. So thank you, Johnstown Shields. Appreciate you, and we've put it to good use out here. So it fed quite a few people. This was camp. This is Jaron and I. This is a shot from the back of Jaron. Jaron and I shared this location, and then we had the Colorado couple is over in the other campsite right next to us there. But you see all the new canoes lined up there. We had them up on the trailer. This is Western Rolling Hills boat ramp. It goes right down to the bottom there. That what disappears is where the ramp's at. You see, we got a kayak already out there, and it was just beautiful, dude. Once the rain got out of there, the skies opened up, and it was just gorgeous weather. Like I said, a little breezy, but super, super beautiful location. So many different areas that you can fish on this lake too. This is on the furthest southern point down here, and you can go all the way to the north, and it looks just as beautiful, but it looks completely different, the landscape, what you're fishing up there. This was one of our vets that we brought from Colorado. She hadn't been fishing in forever, and I think the last time she caught a fish, she was itty bitty. She couldn't even remember. She nailed herself a really rare catfish. So that's a blue catfish, but there's something odd and I think their name of these things starts with a P. I can't remember it, but it's a coloring effect that they end up looking like. Some of them look like Holstein cows. It's a black and white. And this one, on the entire top of this catfish, was completely black in like this wavy pattern. Now, of course, right when we got this shot, as she's holding him, he flipped his tail up so you couldn't see the rest of his body. But his entire belly is all white too. But it's a species of blue cat, apparently. So yeah, super cool. She got a very unique fish. She was really excited. And she was the first to get on a fish that day. This was the little bait from Untamed Sportsman. There you are, Gail. That's what got her catfish, and then later was getting hit on other fish. And yes, this is the husband here, another vet, and he got himself. I think that was basically a 2-card in bass poker is what he what he got himself there. I did show him how to do, make the fish look bigger by sticking the arm straight out, but we didn't upload those. Then he got himself a little wiper at the end of the day, or a striper. I don't know. It's one of the two. White bass, striper, striped bass, one of the two. I always get them, or one of the three. I always get them all confused, but he got one of those. And what was most impressive on this is he saw busting bait, and he threw his Ned rig right into the busting bait, and sure as heck, pow, got himself hit. Piebald, that's the name of the catfish. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is it. I remember that now. And yeah, they have them here in Milford, and there's not a lot of them around the U.S., and they've got them here, so super cool. But yeah, our Aaron here, our vet, he was eyeballing. He is an angler. This is kind of a first time in a kayak angling, but yeah, he's got angling experience, and it showed because he like I said, he saw the busting bait, and he threw right in there, and as his Ned rig went down through, that little guy said, "Gimme," and he hit it. He hit it real hard. He had it all bowed up in his mouth. The New Canoe Unlimiteds, man, I can't say enough good about the stability. The wind was blowing out there, but these guys never felt uncomfortable. The stability of a new canoe is tough to beat, and it surprises people because of how high we sit up in the seats, and just how low we are to the water there. We don't have a whole lot of big sidewalls, but the the hull design and the physics alone of these craft, man, they can handle good size, water out there and get you to and from location very safe. You see that flag, how much the wind was going. She's got an NK 180 Pro on there that she's running. We see that Yak Attack flag on the back is just blowing in the breeze because it was pretty windy out there. But that is what we have. Now we're going to be sharing more because a few other people were able to get some more shots from this. From the weekend, and they're going to be sharing those with me as the week goes through, and we'll just kind of keep putting those things up there so that we can share more of those. So that was it, man. And then we got on the road and we come home. These things always never last near as long as I'd like to see them, but yeah, that's my body was kind of glad because I'm ready to have my bed, and I was sure as heck was ready for a nice shower. When I got back off the road there. Only 7 hours from Denver, Milford is. So that's like right at the outside window of what we try to do the PBKS events. 7 to 8 is kind of our max. Although, I will say this, as we go through this season here, next season is kind of wide open as to what we do. And if this continues to be as popular as we're seeing, we'll be open to talking with anybody. Up to that, as long as we can get there in a day, that's the thing. So, like 10-hour range from here, we could be talked into that and making a day run to get over there and get set up and do a long weekend and then try to get back on a Sunday. That's kind of what the idea is for the PBKS. We want to minimize, make it easy, take down barriers, and just get people together, man, to come out and have fun and do some fishing. So the opportunity to fish is Friday, Saturday. I know some folks, if you live close to the location, some folks wake up even Sunday and go fishing, and then they head home, because they're only an hour or two away from the lake. For us, most of the time, the drive is a little bit more. So, we wake up, get on the road immediately, and get our butt rolling back. I think I pulled out this morning about 4:30. Right around 4:30 or so, 4:30, 5 o'clock. Had to stop, get some coffee along the way. And gas, lots of gas we had to fill up with. That was hands down the biggest part of our expense for this trip was the gas getting to and from these locations. But this next one won't be as bad because next on the list, we're going to Norton, Kansas, folks. CKB anglers. Hey, if you're out there, come join us. This is the one, and this is why we put it at Norton. We were going to go up into Nebraska. We were going to look at Jeffrey. We were going to look at Elwood or Red Willow. Water levels wickedly, wickedly low up there. And with the wildfires that took place at the time there, we didn't want to, get up in there and try to see exactly what was going to be, campgrounds, available for us, this and that. So we made the choice. Also, because of the distance away from the majority of the Nebraska anglers, we wanted to create something that we could involve the CKB in. We knew Milford had the ability because that's only a couple hours from the Nebraska guys there. Milford was kind of covering our Kansas and Nebraska runs. So now we've gone to Norton, Kansas here so that we could entice the CKB anglers if they want to come on out. You're fishing that thing in August. Is when you're up. So this is a chance to come on out and get some extra time on a body of water and come hang out, man. We got a cabin set up there. We're gonna be grilling. We're gonna be telling fish stories. We're gonna be having a good time. Vets, first responders, you fish for free. We got some folks that were with us at Milford that are gonna make the trek out there out west and come fish with us at Norton. So that's super cool. Very, very happy to see that. So this should be, this has a potential of being a pretty fun event there. So we'll just see how that goes. We'll start our promotion here. Hopefully we'll talk to Strawbridge and Flanagan and see about jumping on their podcast and talking and having them come on ours, and we can chat it up and do some promotion here. It'll be at the end of June. June 27th is the Saturday. So it'll be that weekend. We'll get over there and, we'll get set up and we'll have a good time over there. Lots of accommodations. The campgrounds are fantastic over at Norton. Keith Sebelius Reservoir. Campgrounds are awesome. The hotel is very reasonably priced. A couple really, really nice, clean ones at a reasonable price inside town. There's a little pub in town there that has super cheap food that is really good for a bar, and great staff there, super friendly. So lots of amenities. There's grocery stores, everything inside of Norton there that you could need. So yeah, it's a fun trip. Come on out, join us at the end of June here. What else do we got going this summer? Let's see. July. July, we do not have a PBKS event. We opted to turn that one down because we do have a really cool bucket list deal that's kind of getting changed up, but we are a go for this. So long ago, there was an active duty Air Force gentleman out here in Colorado that used to fish with us. As life would have it, he got basically stationed in California and moved and has been out there ever since. And ever since then, we've stayed in touch with him. And we've been trying to figure out. So we had set up a trip where we were going to take a retired Air Force guy out there to meet with the active duty Air Force guy and go to Clear Lake. Bucket list, kind of like a tier 3 event. A small one, and running it on a budget. We're going to be camping. That's the whole name of the game there for this. And if there were 2 of us, we were going to be able to split up some driving, this and this. Well, the retired Air Force individual had to back out because of a new job. So now it's me on the way out there to go see Lucas. And I know Lucas has been waiting on this trip for a long time. I'm going one way or another. We're getting there, but we just as soon take somebody with us. We have the ability to do that. Bring their kayak with us, haul it out there and go. So we're looking. That's going to be like second week of July. We're heading out there. It's a little bit longer for that one though, because we're going to split that drive up into 2 days, just because that is a long distance even from Colorado here. So if you're a vet, first responder, and you're watching our podcast and you think you could get to Colorado by July 7th and then ride with me all the way to Cali, fish, come back on the 13th, and then you can drive yourself home. If you think you're capable of doing that, jump in the pickup, man. Let's do it. Let's go. This is a bucket list maneuver that we're doing. So we got an awesome trip there planned. What else do we have? We got lots of fundraisers that we're doing. And of course, a ton of time. We haven't even got into the work that I'll be doing with the Combat Recovery Foundation. That is basically inside my head. It's 100% a full-time job here. We are the new director of programming for all programs. So we're going to be working on quite a bit of a few things there with that to get in touch with all these program directors that are out there to get them the resources they need. We want to expand programs for the CRF. Of course, we're going to integrate our programs into that. So there's a lot of upper management stuff that we're going to be getting into and doing, man, and it's going to be fun. They got a great team over there. I'm proud to join in with that impressive team. Their volunteers are phenomenal. I'm looking forward just to keeping that going. So we'll stay busy there. But hey, can't forget about also, I'm a therapeutic coordinator for Heroes on the Water, and we just got the North launch. So that come July, Mondays, we're going to be going up to Loveland, Lawn Hagler, and doing those along with our Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursday option. Not every week, but those are the 3 days they can occur. Mainly Tuesday, Wednesdays, we're working at Stanley Lake or Aurora Reservoir. So, and that's our Heroes on the Water work too. So we got plenty of stuff to keep us busy, y'all. And yeah, I just need lots of water, a lot of vitamins, say my prayers, get my sleep, and just keep on trucking, man. That's the main thing. We're just gonna keep on keeping on, and we'll see how it all unfolds here. And in between that stuff, we'll get out. We'll get out and do a little fishing here and there. That's what keeps us sane in the whole big scheme of things. So, I did a little op-ed, if you will, on the way home here, and we're going to be releasing that on YouTube coming up here. Wanted to leave you with this because we had some conversations that were taking place in camp that I absolutely loved. It was phenomenal to see this unfold here right in front of us. And what it is this. It's real easy in today's world to get caught up in the us versus them thing. Quite frankly, it's low-hanging fruit, right? It's the easy button. They did this, they do that. We see this all the time, all the way around us. And man, it affects us. Okay. It affects our outlook. It affects the people around us. It affects our attitude. It affects our interactions with people. And quite frankly, we miss out on quite a bit of stuff. And I got to tell you, I'm not going to get into it as deep as I did in the video that we'll be releasing on YouTube, but it's time to end that mess. Okay. As somebody who's not us or them, I do not play patronage or allegiance to either red or blue, just because both of them, in my opinion, have let this nation down. I am more concerned about people and the people that have sacrificed or continue to serve the ideals that we have as America. I love this country. I do not prescribe or subscribe to any theories that somehow we're this evil, greedy nation of some kind. Do we have our issues? Sure. Who doesn't? Yeah, we do. But there is, hands down, this is still remains easily and far, far the greatest nation on this planet. No question about it, as far as what we stand for, what we do when we need to, and what we have done through the past. And so when you don't have to worry about somebody being right or somebody being wrong, I see both sides of the discussions going on, and I see people out there talking about that they're patriots. Well, if you are patriots, those of you in the blue states and those of you in the red states, if you're both patriots, then you'll understand this. Pitting each other against each other nonstop is tearing this country apart. It's not doing us any good. Name calling and pointing this way and thinking that these other people are pointless or worthless is not going to get anything accomplished. It just isn't. And that's not opinion. That's fact, man. We got to start stowing that stuff, and we got to start finding that common ground, finding those things that we can agree upon. If you're patriots, then you'll start to understand that maybe it's not about what I think, maybe what I is what's best for me. Maybe it's what is best for the country, what is best for the overall. We got to figure that out. And if you're patriots, then you love this country as much as I do, and you're willing to do that. You're willing to listen. You don't have to listen to agree, but you most certainly can listen to try to understand. And I'm not talking about the extremes. The extremes on both sides, just shut them out, shoo them away, tell them to go away, tell them adults are talking, and get back to having actual discussions here about how we can get things. But I'll tell you, constantly blaming the other side and they're this, they're that, he's this, he's that. That's such pointless stuff, man, and it's not doing any good for the mental health of our entire communities. Start in your community. That's where it's at. You can't fix the nation in one fell swoop, but if you start in your own neighborhood, start working there. Get involved in your local community. Get involved in some of those things there, and be surprised at how that stuff grows out. Byproducts of your work start to catch on, and the garden grows from there. And that truly is. It isn't a kumbaya deal, man. It's a straight up. The us versus them. If you think one side is the problem, you're wrong. We're all the problem, and we got to start addressing that. There's a lot of men and women and families that have agreed to protect this nation, and we need to be citizens in communities worth protecting and worth the sacrifice of those people that gave already for this. We need to work to that. That's what we as civilians and citizens and communities need to do to repay. Thank you for your service isn't going to cut it. That's not it. Okay, that's not what's needed. What is needed is set the example and be civilians, be communities worth fighting for, worth dying for, and worth protecting. There you go. There's my piece. That's what I'm gonna leave you with. Let's figure out some things here, and we can have hard discussions, because that's what we saw at camp, man. People expressing opinions of things, but respect and laughter afterwards, and an agreement that it's all trying to go to the same area. If we can do it in little gatherings like that, dude, it can be done elsewhere, right? All right, folks, we're gonna cut this thing short. 39 minutes here. We're gonna roll this thing out. I'm tired. I'm going to go head back. We're going to start getting some guests lined up here. We're going to start looking at some musical guests for the future. Jason, appreciate you tuning in. Others, individuals that are out there tuning in as well. If I don't see your comments it's because StreamYard's being goofy, but I haven't seen the other comments come through there. But thank you so very much. We appreciate you. Romans War Foundation, Combat Recovery Foundation, and Heroes Media Group. I'm going to lump you guys all together for tonight. Without you, none of this work that we do, this show doesn't exist. We're going into 6 years of podcasting, folks. 6 years we've been podcasting. We've had 3 different names for the show. Where we had, and each time that we've changed, we've evolved into something stronger, and we're going to keep doing that. We're never going to get our feet caught in concrete. We're going to keep evolving. We're here to highlight the good things out there, the positives that are going on. We're also here to highlight veterans, nonprofits, first responders, their families when they're out there doing things that are impacting on the positive tip in some fashion, way, or form. That's what we're about, man. And we'll try to bring some humor along with it. And of course, you know us. We're going to talk fishing, man. We're going to talk fishing. We're going to talk outdoor events, anything that we can get involved in with that. So we'll be working on some cool guests as we come up here for the summertime. It's still very possible that we go to just like maybe twice a month. We might be doing that as this schedule, as I just explained to you, when the schedule gets crazy like that, it might be a little easier when I'm out of town. But we'll see. We'll throw the stuff up. You know where to find us. Sundays here, HMG. That's not going to change anytime soon. We're going to be here at 7 Mountain, 8 Central. Next week, I'm heading to Navajo, New Mexico. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll talk to some of those guys down there. We'll talk a little fishing down at Navajo. Maybe I might be back in time for the podcast. Now, yeah, I should, because I think that's only like 6 or 7 hours to get down there. So it'll be another deal like this. But I shouldn't be as tired because I'll be sleeping in a bed down there. So things should be okay. All right, folks, we're going to get rolling out of here. What do we got here? We got another comment that come through. Yes, hey, go to bed. That's a good sign. I'm going to do that, man. I'm going to go get some water, and yeah, I think I'm not too far away from hitting the rack there and being out. All right, folks, we're going to roll out of this thing. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody that we can see tuning in live. Take care. We'll see you next Sunday here. Tight lines. Be safe. Take care of each other, and God bless.